Right everyone, it is Finn here. Welcome back to another Champions League prediction video where of course today we'll be looking at, talking about and discussing every game coming your way in Champions League Match Week 4. Now of course, it finally being Champions League Match Week 4, you know what that means. It is time for the reverse fixtures. Every team has now played against everyone within their respective Champions League groups, and it is time for the replays. It is time for the return fixtures, which I mean, at least at this point of the competition we kind of know how everyone plays against each other. We know what more to expect, but I'm expecting a lot of teams to fight for revenge. I feel like teams are going to go for blood this time around because there were one or two teams that were definitely humiliated in Champions League Match Week 3. But of course, as I said, we're going to be talking about all of those games in today's video, which, by the way, guys, happy November or Movember. I don't know how young my audience is. I've got quite a few young members, so I don't know whether you're growing out your facial hair whatsoever. As you can see, I've kind of got a very weak mustache game at the moment, so I'm kind of compensating with a mustache pattern shirt. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but we keep moving. But yeah, so far with these Champions League predictions, I don't feel like it's been bad so far. I mean, as you guys can see, match week 1, we kind of got 40 points. I don't know whether that's good or not, but we got 52 points in match day 2 and dropped a bit to 48 points for match day 3. So, you know what? Overall, I'm not too upset with it, but let's hope for match day 4 that we can get up to that 50-point mark once again. And obviously, just looking at the results in terms of how accurate my predictions were for match week 3 before we jump straight into match week 4, yeah, I'm not too upset with myself in terms of how things went. I predicted Sporting to win. I predicted Man City to win. I didn't predict Inter to get quite a comfortable win versus Sheriff, but that's just because Sheriff have been so impressive as of late. I did predict a draw there. Real got a win. Ajax, I mean, I cannot believe it, absolutely slaughtered Dortmund 4-0. How on earth have you done that? That is very impressive. But something tells me that Dortmund this time around might really go for revenge. I feel like haaland will take his revenge. We've obviously got Porto versus Milan. Milan 3 games into the Champions League, still without a win. Maybe they'll be looking for revenge as well. We've got Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool. I predicted Liverpool to win. I got that right. PSG obviously beat RB Leipzig. Barcelona I predicted to win. Obviously Salzburg versus Wolfsburg. At the end of the day, I have heavily underestimated Salzburg, and I am so sorry about that. They've been fantastic. Currently top of their group. Wolfsburg bottom of their group. You know what? That might sway my predictions for this upcoming match week. We've obviously got Chelsea versus Malmo. Chelsea were the obvious favourites. Zenit versus Juventus. I got that exactly correct with my prediction. But Juventus still need to pick up another level to really impress me this season, because at the moment, I'm not too convinced that they can get very far in the competition at the moment. Obviously, Benfica versus Bayern. I predicted Bayern to get a comfortable win. Sevilla versus Lille. I mean, Lille have been a little unimpressive so far this Champions League season. I do expect a lot more from them. But it's a very tight group that they're in with the likes of Sevilla and a bunch of other really competitive teams. Obviously, Villarreal absolutely dominated Young Boys. And of course, in typical Manchester United Champions League fashion, there was a late winner. There was a late winner for Manchester United, which is the most Manchester United thing I've ever heard about. But at the end of the day, 48 points, not too upset with Champions League Match Day 3. But obviously, reverse fixture time, jumping into Match Day 4, we've got all of the exact same results. But as I said, I feel like some of the results will be different. I don't feel like a lot of teams will be winning both of their games versus their opposition. But jumping straight into my prediction, Wolfsburg versus Salzburg. As I said, Salzburg currently top of their group. Wolfsburg have been heavily underperforming. They had such a good start to the season in general, especially in the Bundesliga. They were looking strong. I feel like they've got the stronger individuals. Salzburg, I feel like, keep giving away so many strong players. But you know what? At the moment, Salzburg looking very good, which it's weird looking at the predictions overall, the popular predictions. You can see a lot of people still have faith in Wolfsburg, but from what I've seen so far, can Salzburg end up getting another win? I think so. I think we're going to end up seeing a 1-0 win, if not even like a 1-1 draw or something odd like that. Next up, we've got Malmo versus Chelsea. Now, I think Malmo have no chance at beating Chelsea. Yes, I know, once again, maybe Chelsea haven't always had the most convincing results, but I just find their team is so strong. You know you've got a strong team when your backup goalkeeper is the most expensive goalkeeper in football history. Yes, Kepa Arrizabalaga hasn't had the most fantastic player and managerial career, but at the end of the day, Chelsea, the amount of depth they have in their squad, the amount of players that can score, I mean, they literally get goals from all over the pitch. They don't need their strikers to score. I just think Chelsea are such a strong team, and I'm going to go for a 0-3 win. As you can see, one of the popular predictions. But yeah, there's just no way in my mind Chelsea are losing this. Next up, we've got Sevilla versus Lille, which obviously Sevilla are just ahead of Lille in their group, but they've drawn all of their games, I believe. They need to start picking up wins. I think they've got an absolutely fantastic team. In terms of the individuals in their team, they are looking really, really good. Once again, Lille also have some fantastic individuals. I don't think they'll reach the heights that they did last season in all competitions. Still a very good team, and I could genuinely really put down another draw, but I don't know. I feel like that's boring in terms of predictions. You don't want to be the guy who makes the boring prediction videos. You want to be out there. And yeah, I am going to give Sevilla a 1-0 win. I think they can finally pick up a win so far. Now, next up, we've got Villarreal versus Young Boys. Now, I thought Benjamin Mendy and Sigurdsson were the only ones to take advantages of Young Boys, but nope, Villarreal absolutely took the opportunity last time. Young Boys haven't been as impressive since their win versus Manchester United. Yes, I know they've had 1 or 2 injuries that have hindered them, but Villarreal, definitely the stronger team in my opinion. The way they move forward attacking wise, I can just see them getting a very comfortable 3-1 win. Young Boys creating the right opportunities, I think they will score, but Villarreal just the better team in my opinion. Now, next up, we've got Atalanta versus Manchester United. Now, Manchester United, you might have beaten Spurs 3-0, but somehow I feel like Spurs were still the winners in that scenario, losing their manager. Jokes aside, as a Manchester United fan, it has been a very frustrating last month or two. But you know what? Very good game versus Spurs, but I still need to see a lot more from you. Yes, you got that comeback versus Atalanta. And you know what? If you play the same way you did in that second half versus Atalanta, you could beat absolutely any team in the world. But let's not forget, a week ago, you lost 5-0 to Liverpool. I don't know. I still have to see a lot more from Manchester United. But versus Atalanta, I am expecting a win. We've been very dry in terms of clean sheets as of late, so not too convinced about that. But I am expecting a 2-1 win. I think Cristiano Ronaldo and Cavani, I feel like playing them together, I feel like we've unlocked something totally new. I mean, we've spoken about the best teams in the entire world before, saying, oh, this Brazil World Cup team was the best in the world. This Barcelona team from this year was the best in the world. No, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is at risk, that team is the best team in the world, no matter who is in it. I don't know what it is about him, but yeah, I think things could turn around for United, and I think they will get a win here. Now, next up, we've got Dynamo Kiev versus Barcelona, which obviously Barcelona now since last Champions League match week, they are without a manager. They don't have Ronald Koeman anymore. They ended up sacking him, which by the way, if United end up sacking Solskjaer and bringing Koeman in as our manager, I promise you, I will cry. I might just go back to only supporting rugby from now on, because I mean, if you couldn't tell, I'm South African, and I mean, yeah, maybe from time to time we don't always have the best rugby club-wise, but you know what, let's just moral of the story, please don't give Koeman as the Manchester United manager. I will cry. But Barcelona have been very unimpressive as of late, did end up beating Kiev last time around, and I think they'll do so once again with a 1-0, if not a 2-0 win. I think I'm going to do a 1-0 win, because so far, Barcelona have only scored 1 goal in the Champions League this season, being from Gerard Piqué. I think it'll be another 1-0 win. I think Memphis Depay, I mean, his statistics this season, goal and assist wise, have been second to none. He has been phenomenal, and not enough people are talking about him. His numbers have been insane for Barcelona, and I think he'll help them get a win versus Dynamo Kiev. Now, next up, we've got Bayern versus Benfica. Once again, so this multiple times. I think Benfica have got a fantastic squad. They've got some brilliant individuals. As a team, they play relatively well together. But Bayern Munich on their day, best team in the world. Absolutely no one can beat them on their day. And I am expecting a win. I am going to give them a 3-1 win, maybe, if not a 3-2 win. Maybe it will be close, maybe it won't, but at the end of the day, the moral of the story is I think Bayern Munich will win. I don't see anyone stopping them. Next up, we've got Juventus versus Zenit, which once again, Juventus, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't get any European football this season. I mean, you guys are not doing well. You need to step up. You've had 1 or 2 moments in the Champions League. I will admit that. Obviously, that win versus Chelsea. But Juventus haven't been convincing so far this season. Players like Chiesa are definitely stepping up to the plate. But they are almost missing their Cristiano Ronaldo or their player like that to make the difference. Once again, very underwhelming this season, but I am expecting another win versus Zenit. I really like Zenit, the way they move forward, attacking wise, they can look super threatening. But yeah, just from proving it in their last fixture. I think Juventus will get a win. Whether it will be a 1-0 or a 2-0, I think I'm just going to go for 1-0 in the meantime. Now, of course, AC Milan versus Porto. I did predict Porto to beat AC Milan last time, and I was correct about that. AC Milan still without a win in the Champions League, but once again, sometimes I've just got gut feeling. Sometimes what I say, my predictions, they're not always statistic based, but I've got a gut feeling that this time around AC Milan are going to grab Porto by the throat, which, by the way, if they do that, please don't do it to the likes of Pepe. You will get headbutted, you will get stabbed, something like that. It will not end pretty. But yeah, I feel like AC Milan, I've just got a gut feeling in my heart that they will fight back and they will get a win versus Porto. Porto have been very impressive in the Champions League over the last year or two, especially last season, where they knocked out the likes of Juventus, another Italian team. But you know what, at the end of the day, although AC Milan have a striker with the combined age of like 350 years old with Zlatan and Giroud, I don't know. As I said, I feel like they're just going to have the firepower to come back in a game like this and finally pick up a win. Now, next up, we've got Real Madrid versus Shakhtar. Now, of course, Real Madrid absolutely dominated Shakhtar last time around, but Shakhtar can also be a team that can surprise you in terms of results. But yeah, I don't think anything too spectacular is going to happen here. I feel like Real Madrid are going to get the win. A player like Karim Benzema, I mean, not enough people are talking about him. At this rate, he might genuinely get the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he should genuinely be in the top 5 for the Ballon d'Or this season. Not enough people are talking about him. He's been super threatening in terms of his goals, and I think he's going to help Shakhtar help Real Madrid get a 3-0 win. Going to give them a clean sheet. Thibaut Courtois has looked super deadly as of late, and they struggled with a lot of injuries in their previous fixtures. Now, 1 or 2 players are back, and I am expecting a result for Real Madrid. Now, next up, we've got Liverpool versus Atleti. Now, this was a very close fixture last time around. Liverpool ended up just getting a win, but you know what? The player who scored 2 goals versus Liverpool, Antoine Griezmann, has now got a red card. He will be missing this game, and yes, I know, Atletico Madrid still have so many fantastic world-class players, but they've been heavily underperforming in La Liga, the only Spanish team to perform so far in La Liga so far this season out of the big names is Real Madrid in the Champions League. And yeah, as I said, Atletico Madrid being underwhelming. They don't have Antoine Griezmann, and I don't see them getting a win versus Liverpool, a team who obviously got that massive win versus Manchester United. Yes, they ended up drawing to Brighton, but Brighton have been very good at the moment. I don't know, Liverpool are just such a strong team in my opinion, and I can't see them losing a game like this. The way that they're scoring, the way they're creating goals, yes, defensively they've had a few slip-ups, but I feel like they should get a comfortable win here. Once again, just a gut feeling, just a feeling I have. Next up, we've got Sporting versus Besiktas, which, yes, Besiktas. I'm very aware that you guys had a few injuries in your previous game. Players like Pjanic were obviously out injured, but at the end of the day, you guys should be Pjanic king. It is not looking good for you guys. Sporting ended up getting a very comfortable win, and I think they'll do it once again this time around. I'm going to put forward a 2-0 win. Besiktas haven't been impressive, where Sporting have proven that they can make it to the next stage of the competition. They have had their moments, definitely not looking bad. Yeah, as I said, they're scoring the goals defensively, they have their moments, should end up getting a win. Now, next up, we've got Man City versus Club Brugge. Now, of course, Man City obviously impressing me in the previous game, scoring 5 goals. Before that, they scored 6 goals. I don't know. At the end of the day, Man City are scoring goals for fun in the Champions League at the moment. Obviously, their game versus PSG, not the most promising. We're looking at Club Brugge. They stole a point from PSG. Club Brugge, I mean, it is a team that could slay the Giants. They could be a giant-slaying club. But I do expect Man City to end up getting the win here. Whether it will be as dominant as last time, I don't quite think so. I think it will be a 3-0 win. I don't think there will be any problems. Once again, a team just like Chelsea, another Premier League team, got a lot of squad depth, and that could really carry them far in this competition compared to others. Now, jumping into our final 3 games, RB Leipzig versus PSG. Now, PSG, I don't know what it is about you guys, but you are not performing to the levels where you should. I mean, definitely in terms of individuals, in terms of team performances, you've had a few slip-ups in terms of the Champions League. I mean, it seems to be the only competition that Lionel Messi can score in at the moment. Obviously, Mbappe not looking too bad. In terms of Champions League performances, I don't know what I'm expecting from PSG as a whole so far this Champions League season. I don't have any sort of feeling on how far they can get this season. But versus RB Leipzig, I think that they will end up getting a win. I think it's going to be another 1-2 kind of win. But they definitely have to step up a level because RB Leipzig is a team that have potential to steal points. Although, funnily enough, at the bottom of their group at the moment, under the likes of Club Brugge. But yeah, as I said, PSG, clear favourites, and I think they will win it just because of their form in the Champions League. Now, next up, we've got Sheriff versus Inter. Now, of course, nothing bad about Sheriff. I think they've created brilliant moments this season. They have proven that they can score goals. They have proven that they can beat the big dogs. They are currently top of a group with Real Madrid and Inter Milan. To me, that is so bizarre. I thought they would be bottom of their group. I have to give them credit, but I do think that Inter will end up taking the result. They have been in terrific form as of late. And once again, I feel like a player who's not getting enough credit at the moment is the likes of Dzeko. I mean, he seems to have just restarted his career. Has 7 goals at the moment in the Serie A. I mean, he's been compared to the likes of Romelu Lukaku at Inter. Some managers have said that there's almost no difference between the two of them. At the moment, Dzeko looking very deadly, and with his kind of striking, attacking form, and Inter getting a very comfortable win versus Sheriff last time, I feel like Inter will end up getting a win this time around as well. Which that, ladies and gentlemen, leads us to our final Champions League game of the return fixtures of match day 4, which, by the way, if you have enjoyed, make sure to subscribe down below to catch more of my content in the future, along with hitting the like button. If we could please get this video to 20 likes, I would really appreciate it. But Dortmund versus Ajax. I mean, I just can't believe it. Ajax beat Dortmund 4-0. Sebastian Haller has been just in a whole different world of his own. He has been unstoppable. I have said this in my previous videos, but I'd love to see a Sebastian Haller and Erling Haaland strike a partnership. Can you imagine how deadly that would be? Sebastian Haller has been in terrific form as of late, but this is just one of those games where I've got a funny feeling about it. I feel like Dortmund could go for revenge. I feel like they could come, they could take their blood. I feel like they could slay Ajax. Ajax have been in terrific form. They've got brilliant individuals. They're looking very strong at the moment. But something about me, just a gut feeling, once again, tells me that Dortmund will get their revenge. I feel like Erling Haaland will turn into second gear, or maybe that robotic striker is going to end up getting a software update or something like that. But I do feel like Dortmund will get a win. I feel like it will be a 2-1 win. I don't know. I feel like absolutely anything could happen. And I've also realized that you do get play 2 times boosters, which maybe I should do. I'm not too sure which game I'm going to do that on. You know what? Let's put that on the Liverpool game. Let's put the 2 times booster on the Liverpool game. Let's see if any extra points can be gained from that. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will be it for my prediction video for Champions League Match Day 4. I hope you guys have been enjoying the season so far, by the way. And obviously, as things progress, we learn new things about teams that maybe they're not doing as well as we expected this season. And guys, I want you guys to put in the comment section down below my comment for the video. Who do you guys think will be the top scoring player in the Champions League this season? Do you think it will be Ronaldo? Do you think it will be Messi, Lewandowski, the typical ones? Or do you think it will be a surprise player like Sebastian Haller? Tell me who you think the top goal scorer this Champions League season will be. And guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. As I said, like, subscribe, all of the good things. But this has been fun. FYNN. Love and appreciate every single one of you. Cheers.